All right, right now at noon, a first court appearance today for the teenager charged with murdering 8-year-old Sequoia Turner. Mara Siriani joining us live outside the Fulton County Courthouse.
That's right, 19-year-old Julian Conley. This is his first court appearance. He's charged with felony murder and aggravated assault. He is expected to go before a judge via video conference before noon. So really in just a matter of minutes here, we're expecting for that to start. But we do have his booking photo. Again, this is the 19-year-old charged in connection with the death of the 8-year-old. He turned himself in last night, and Atlanta police say the teen is again connected to the deadly 4th of July murder of Sequoia Turner in southeast Atlanta. Now, we've been showing you surveillance video released by investigators last week of a man holding an AR-15 the night the child was killed. Conley's attorney, Jackie Patterson, says there was a group of people targeting the car that Sequoia was riding in with her mom, but he says that Conley did not pull the trigger. He says his client did have a weapon that night, but adds that it's not against the law to carry a weapon. Now, it is important to mention that police are also looking for a second suspect wanted in connection with the death of 8-year-old Sequoia Turner. Again, that court appearance is expected to start very soon. Of course, we'll keep you updated on what happens in the courtroom, and we're following this case very closely, so we'll have the latest for you tonight and, of course, on 11alive.com.